we come to the second chapter of Maitreya Upanishad. Again, it is in the form of a dialogue, and here we find Bhagavan Maitreyan going to the Mount Kailasa to meet Lord Shiva. And he also, the aim is the same. They all want to know the real nature of the soul, the real path to salvation or mukti. And Bhagavan Maitreyan, he goes to Mount Kailas and meets him and tells Lord, I have come all the way up to Mount Kailasa. Please teach me about the real truth about the nature of my soul. Paramatattva Ragasyopadesham. Teach me about the Paramatattva or the ultimate truth. And Lord Shiva, as usual, he has no different message, and he says the same truth. And he says, your body is the temple of God. Life is Paramatman. Understand this. The Paramatma or God is residing in you. So when you come out of ignorance and worship your own self, which is God, then that is the real means to moksha. And he says, what is knowledge? And he says, Abheda darshanam jnanam. That is knowledge. Abheda darshanam. Understand that you and God are not two entities. It is one and the same entity, and that is real knowledge. Then he says, what is dhyana or meditation or contemplation? He says, freeing the mind from all worldly matters, that is the real meditation, the real contemplation, dhyana. Then what is snana? The real snana is removing all evil thoughts from the mind. So again, we find the concept of salvation here that is repeated in several Upanishads, and here Lord Shiva is also giving the same lesson about deliverance, about mukti. Brahmamrudam pibet, phaichamajaret deharakshane, vasade gandige putva, chaigande dvaidavarjide, Yutyeva majare dhiman sa evam mukti mapnuyat. One who drinks the amrit, which is God, and who begs his food for livelihood, and one who lives alone, lives a solitary life in deep meditation and contemplation, he attains moksha. So, this is a truth that is discussed in many of the important Upanishads. Stanza 4 to 8 of chapter 2 of Maitreya Upanishad gives us a description about the real nature of our body, which contains all kinds of waste and dirt and all these things. And it teaches us that there are 9 openings in our body, Navadwaras, and all the waste, all the unwanted elements in the body are excreted through these 9 openings. And what do? We cleanse our body by a bath, real bath, and that we have to keep our body pure. So always we do snana in order to do away with all the waste that comes out through the 9 openings in the body. So just like that, it teaches us about the real holiness. So what is the real holiness? It is not keeping the body pure from all these ways, but to do away with aham bhava, to do away with the feeling that I am so important, That is the real holy act. Cleansing of the soul with real knowledge. That is real purification of the soul. What is real sannyasa? It also gives an idea about real sannyasa and understanding the real nature of God, Advaita Bhavana, that we are really, we are nothing but the representative of God in this world. So it teaches us to do away with ahambhava and become like a sannyasi, at least in the mind. And it really says who is a real ascetic. We have to find that all the desire is like a mother which is dead, and jnana is a son who is born. And one who realizes this, all the desires are dead. The real jnana is like a newborn son. And then one who understands this real truth, he doesn't need any rituals. One who understands the ultimate truth doesn't need any ritual. So, in the heart, which is like the sky, life is burning like the sun. That's a beautiful image. There is no sunrise, there is no sunset, no need of any formality, any formal rituals for the real one who understands the real truth. One who derives Brahmajnana, it teaches us about the external kind of prayer, worship, and all kinds of gimmicks in the name of worship and so many things. One who really derives Brahmajnana doesn't need to follow any of the ritual because he understands who he is. And it also teaches us something about our faith. The Bible also teaches the same. One who is doubtful, he cannot inherit kingdom of heaven. Here it teaches us the same thing. Asamshaya vadam mukti. What is mukti? You have to have real faith in God and without any doubt about God and the real nature of our source of life. And we find a great, very attractive description about sannyasa also. As I said before, sannyasa is not abandoning karma. Many people think like that. You have to go, you have to run away from this world to be a sannyasi. And it teaches us again by one who just declares that I am a sannyasi or an ascetic. He is not a real sannyasi. What is real sannyasa? It is the oneness of Jivatma and Paramatma, a Aikya Bhava or Ega Bhava. That is real sannyasa. You needn't run away from this world. But at the same time, we have to develop the mind of an ascetic. And it uses another fantastic image. All the desires should be like vomiting. Nobody will eat the waste from vomiting. Just like that, we should see the world just like our vomiting, which comes from the internal organs. And it gives a real warning also. One who wants to become an ascetic for the sake of money, for the sake of dress, for the sake of fame, he will never attain moksha. So this is something which is very important. We have to understand. There are many people who misuse the sannyasa, the life of a sannyasi or the life of a sage for the sake of worldly wealth, money, pleasures, and all these things. Maitreya Upanishad teaches us this truth. If you misuse the office of sannyasa, you are never going to attain moksha. So it says us, we have to find that Ananda, or eternal bliss, is our real mother. Our father should be virakti, or complete detachment. Faith should be our wife, and jnana should be our son. So, mother is Ananda, father is virakti, wife is faith, and son is jnana. One who realizes this truth, he will definitely attain moksha. Madhukara Madaram, Vairagya Janagam, Sraddha Kalatram, Jnana Nandanam. So, anyone who doesn't know the real nature of I, or the Brahman that is in us, he wanders like a crow. That is what this Upanishad teaches us. One who doesn't realize the ultimate truth, he wanders like a crow from one place to another to find something to fill its stomach. And it teaches towards the final part of this Upanishad, we find an important lesson about idol worship also. Pashana lohamani mrinmaya vigraheshu puja punarjanana pogagari mumuksho. One who worships all idols made of metals and earth and all will invite punarjani. That is what this Upanishad teaches us. There is no need of idol worship or following all kinds of unwanted elements and things. It is not in the idols. God is never there. But why should we go after all these things? And not only that, it teaches us that if you do idol worship, you will not attain moksha. This is what Bible also teaches us. The same lesson we find there also. You should worship only the Atman that is in our heart. So that is the most important thing. You should not be after all other worldly things. You follow your Atman. And there is one more chapter in Maitreya Upanishad which speaks all about the real nature of God. I don't want to go into the details of all this, but it is a beautiful part which teaches us the real elegant nature of God. Who am I? I am the only reality. I am the ultimate truth. Ahamasmi, Paraschami, Brahmasmi. So Aham Brahmasmi, that eternal truth comes here. Ahamasmi, Paraschami, Brahmasmi, Prabhavo. So I am the be-all and end-all of the whole universe. I am the source of all. So it is, as I told you, it is a fantastic description. It is all Sanskrit slokas which gives us the real nature of God. But it is important that you go and read it. It is about the Almighty God. And there are 25 stanzas which speaks really about the nature of our soul, our God, and about our life. And the last stanza is important, that it says something very interesting. Stanza 25 says, Srinodi sakrutvavi brahmeva bhavati swayamityupanishat. Anyone who listens at least once this Upanishad will attain moksha. I can easily understand why they say this, because it gives us so many important lessons about moksha, mukti, and about the real nature of God and all these things. That's why they say anyone who studies this Upanishad or he hears this Upanishad once in his life, he will definitely attain moksha.